If you've been watching my channel for any period of time, you'll know that inventory levels have been relatively low for a long period of time. The interesting thing is that the last 30 to 45 days, we were starting to see an uptick, a surge in inventory levels. Well, that is no longer the case. We are in the middle of June right now, and we are starting to see inventory levels so low relative to a year ago that it is mind-boggling to me how any seller in their right mind is not putting their home on the market today. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Danny Gould. I'm the CEO of the Selling Silicon Valley Group, and we help people buy and sell homes here in Silicon Valley in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. And before we get into the numbers and the data, if you're a home buyer in today's marketplace and you're looking for a comprehensive data set to help you with your decision making in this ridiculous market, every piece of information helps. You can text the word data plus the area, the zip code, or the neighborhood that you're looking in, and we will send that data straight to your email inbox. And if you're a home seller and you're looking for a comprehensive data set to assist you in your decision making and your pricing strategy right now, the most important thing for any seller, aside from hiring a good negotiator for their home, is to make sure they price their home properly. So you can text the word data plus your property address, and we will send that information straight to your inbox. There is no rhyme, there is no reason to anything that's going on in the San Francisco Bay Area housing market anymore. So let's just flip into the data, and you guys can see for yourselves. This is incredible. Right now, month to date in Santa Clara County, we're tracking at negative 24% inventory levels, meaning that inventory is down 24% month to date, year over year, versus pending sales up 24.6%. That's a 50-point spread for those of you at home trying to figure that out. That's a huge spread. And of course, we've seen bigger spreads in the springtime, like in March, April-ish timeframe. But the fact that we've had a sustained period where this has continually been the case, last month being the anomaly, we're starting to see inventory levels rise, but now month to date, we're tracking at negative 24%. Where are all the homes? Where's all the inventory? I don't know how this is possible. And by the way, there's no sensationalism here. I'm truly flabbergasted as to how this is even happening, but let's just keep going. In San Mateo County, inventory levels are down 36%. Now, interestingly enough, what we should note here is that pending sales are flat, neutral, month to date, year over year. What does that mean? Last June, up until right now, the 9th of June, we saw the same number of homes go under contract as we did this year, yet inventory levels are down. That's still a huge win for the San Mateo County. Why? Because there are 36% less homes to choose from, and there are still just as many buyers picking those homes up, which is going to put upward pressure on prices. Crazy. Negative 46% month to date, year over year in San Benito County, active inventory, and pending sales down 46% month to date, year over year. This is interesting because this is one of the only areas where we're seeing, negative inventory and negative pending sales. What does this mean? Well, San Benito County has been probably the second or third hottest market in the entire San Francisco Bay Area for the last 12 months. So to see pending sales slow down right now doesn't surprise me too much. I think as we move forward into the later part of this year, we'll begin to see some more stabilization. Also keep in mind that these numbers do not reflect new home sales, and San Benito County right now is exploding with new home sales. And so you could expect that a lot of the buyers are having their attention shifted elsewhere. Who knows what that's going to mean for the resale market, which is what we're focused on here. Resale inventory levels are down though, negative 46%. So as long as the inventory levels remain suppressed in San Benito County, the home sellers there should be just fine. But if you're a home seller in San Benito County, resale seller, which unless you're a new builder, of course you're a resale seller, if you're seeing this information right now, this should be like a warning sign to you that the market is going to start to neutralize here. It already has in many ways. And so keep it, I mean, nevertheless, we saw 77 homes go pending last month in May and only 43 homes on the market. So that delta, that pending to inventory delta is still so drastic that the market is going to continue to go up. This neutralization, though, month to date, year over year, should be a warning sign to home sellers in San Benito County. Get your home on the market ASAP. San Francisco County, negative 21% month to date, year over year on for sale inventory. It's negative 21%. Pending sales are down only 11%. So if you look at this graph for San Francisco County, we're starting to see a stabilization in that marketplace. This is a good thing for home sellers in San Francisco County, because if you've been watching the previous Silicon Valley snapshots that we've done even 6 months ago, it was a nightmare for home sellers and pretty much anyone that had a stake in real estate in San Francisco County. That is no longer the case. We are starting to see some stabilization in the marketplace. So no reason to be concerned or worried. Inventory levels are continuing to drop. They're continuing to drop. They're continuing to drop, which is great news if you're a home seller in San Francisco County. And mind you, we have not even experienced a surge in activity levels in San Francisco County from a urban standpoint, meaning people are just now starting to go back to the city. And so once we see a few months of that, July, August, September, my prediction is we're going to start to see those pending sales go up. And we'll see what happens with the inventory levels. That's the $1 million question. But I imagine that we're going to start to see homes in San Francisco start to become absorbed. We'll start to see that absorption rate go up as well in San Francisco County. Let's flip over to Contra Costa County. And in Contra Costa, negative 46% month to date, year over year inventory levels. I don't know if those of you watching at home right now understand the significance of what these suppressed inventory levels are doing to home prices. Inventory could double right now and we'd still be in a white hot seller's market. I want that to sink in real quick. In Contra Costa County right now, the inventory levels could double. In fact, they could triple, and it would still be a fairly decent market for home sellers. I want that to sink in. Pending sales up 2.6%. But again, by June of last year, we were seeing ridiculously high pending rates in the Contra Costa County. And so the fact that we're even up a little bit more from then, it's a great sign, all things considered, given the ridiculously low inventory that we're seeing in Contra Costa County. Alameda County, negative 32% inventory level month to date, year over year, with 35% increase in pending sales month to date, year over year. Again, this is one of those situations where the inventory levels could double. We would be in a more stable market, but it would still be a fairly favorable market for home sellers in Alameda County. Maybe with the exception of San Benito County, it's nothing but sunshine and rainbows for home sellers and for home owners, anyone that has a stake in real estate in the San Francisco Bay Area. Which begs the question, and I know it's on everyone's mind, when is this going to stop? And I've made a few videos on why I believe this is going to be something that is this is going to be a sustainable way until we start to see major shifts in inventory levels. This is going to be I shouldn't say stable. This is going to be a consistent theme of rising home prices, massive gains in equity, until something happens with the inventory levels here locally. I had a comment on one of my videos the other day saying, oh, you're just saying this because you have a vested interest in helping people buy and sell right now. And so you're telling people that the market isn't going to shift because you have a vested interest in getting people to buy today. Guys, that could not be further from the truth. The issue is that people who believe the market is going to change, they're basing that prediction on speculative information, data, and made up thoughts. What I'm looking at right now is empirical evidence, data that shows the market could double. The market could double. The market could double right now, and we'd still be in a good spot. And so we'd still be in a good spot if you're a home seller. If you're a home buyer, good luck. But I get nothing from giving the wrong message out, because we thrive off of referrals and people looking at my channel and saying, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. If I lead people astray and start to feed them misinformation, that's going to reflect negatively on my business. And so I want to be perfectly clear here. This is cold hard data. These are facts, and my job is to analyze the facts. The facts are this: inventory levels are ridiculously low. We started to see an uptick in inventory levels about 45 days ago, and now they're back down. Could they go back up? Absolutely. That's the way the market works. They go up and down and up and down, and I'm here to give you the real-time scoop so that you know exactly what's happening in the marketplace today, so that you can base your decision-making off of today's actual information, because tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow there could be a red button pushed, and all of a sudden a nuclear war breaks out and the market goes kaput. So we can't base our predictions off of things we cannot control. Yes, we can pontificate and speculate that things are going to change. And if you've watched previous videos, I've given scenarios in which I believe we could see a shift in the marketplace. Could we see a surge in inventory now that the vaccine rollout is widespread and people are trying to return back to some sense of normal? Absolutely. We can probably expect that is going to happen here sometime in the near future. But what should reassure people back home who have already bought homes in the last 2 months, and they're like, oh my God, did I buy at the peak of the market? The inventory levels in your neighborhood, depending on which neighborhood you live in, could go up by 50 to 100%, and you would still be in a very good spot. That is the cold hard truth. This is Danny Gould, everyone, with the Selling Silicon Valley Group, and I will catch all of you in the next Silicon Valley Snapshot.